The Philippines is still a sedan market. Oo, yung trunk space hindi kasing laki ng wagon o kaya ng hatchback. Pero okay lang yun because at least pag tinamaan ka sa likod, you're always a little bit more protected. And aside from that, it kind of protects your valuables from prying eyes. This is the MG5, the younger brother to the more elegant MG6. Now, is it necessarily a little more boring? Well, we'll find out. My name is Jeff Monsin and allow me to take you into the journey of getting to know the latest MG5. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe to get the latest notifications from Philkotse.com, the #1 car portal in the Philippines. But wait guys, we're actually nearing 100,000 subscribers. So please like para makaabot naman tayo doon. But if you guys are feeling generous, why don't we go for 1 million? I'm sure we'll get there sometime soon. So here we are at the front fascia of the MG5, and as you guys can see, we have a lot of luxury premium features. We have automatic projector headlamps in this trim, no fog lamps, but this can be added later on. We also have a huge grille that spans across the front fascia of the whole MG5. Personally, this car actually, I think, looks like a Volkswagen. However, this is actually based off a Chevrolet Cruze platform. So if you guys can see, merong similarities, but to me, it is still a true Euro car. So here we are in the engine of the MG5. As you guys can see, we have a Euro 5 1.5 liter gasoline engine that makes 112 horsepower and 150 Newton meters of torque. Aside from that, we are fitted with a front-wheel drive system that is mated with a 5-speed manual. Alam nyo guys, we actually brought this car to Laguna last week and grabe, hindi talaga siya naiiwan sa highway because even against higher displacement cars, this car is actually really fast. And definitely the engine has a lot to give. So let's move on over to the wheel and tire setup of the MG5, and as you guys can see, we have 15 sized rims with wheel covers that actually look really nice, I might say. A lot of vehicles kasi kapag wheel cover siya, it doesn't look too well, but this one actually blends enough that you don't have to upgrade to another wheel. Now, if you guys can see, we are fitted with also disc brakes for the front, so I think that's very nice. And we actually have Maxxis tires that's fitted with 195 65 R15 sized tires. Simple lang dating pero maganda siya actually. Now to the side of the MG5, as you guys can see, there's a character line that goes all the way from the front to the very back. And aside from that, yung signal lights natin are not actually on the fender, but on the power adjustable side mirror. Now, saka naman nakita ng base variant na ganon. Now, the higher trims actually have power folding mirrors, but I'm sure that can be added later on. Now, moving on over to the side again, there's a sleek character line that goes all the way to the very back, which gives it a very elegant look. Now, the rear of the MG5 actually sports a cleaner, well, a little clean and sportier look. If you guys can see, we have LED tail lamps from the back. We also have a chrome trim that goes along the whole rear of the car. Meron din tayong rear view camera, and we also have rear parking sensors. Meron din tayong rear reflector. So there's really a lot on this car that I did not expect and would not expect on the base variant, but MG actually outdid themselves by making this as nice as it is. Now, moving on over to the trunk of the MG5, MG is actually really serious about space. Now, imagine nyo ba that this car can actually fit 512 liters worth of cargo. For comparison, para lang alam nyo this can actually fit a whole full-sized wheelchair with a week's worth of groceries. If you guys still don't get it, this car can actually fit 5 luggages for 5 people. So, wala na ako masabi, but I think this is the biggest sized cargo trunk that you can get in recent days. Now, I'm sure you guys have watched Quentin Tarantino's and Martin Scorsese's movies wherein may mga tao sa loob and di ko naman sinasabing gawin nyo yun, pero may mga tao sa loob na kinikidnap and they're fitted in the trunk. Guys, just so alam nyo, this car can actually fit kahit 3 tao na i-kidnap and hindi sila mahanap dito. But, disclaimer, huwag nyo naman gawin yun.
Ano boss? Anong gagawin ka rito?
Andyan eh. Baralin mo na.
Handa ka na ba? Ha?
Teka. Hindi yan. Ayun. Shoot mo na.
Okay. Sige. Smile!
So here we are in the interior of the MG5, and as you guys can see, despite it being a base variant, talagang hindi siya tinipid. Now let's start with the steering wheel. As you guys can see, meron tayong leather-wrapped steering wheel that's really nice on the hands. Meron tayong controls that can actually control the infotainment and the actual gauges themselves. If you go here naman, meron tayong 4-way adjustable, up and down adjustable steering column. Moving on over naman to the dashboard itself, it's plastic, but it's still very nice. Meron din tayong carbon or steel trim that goes along the whole car. The best feature of this car, I think, is this head unit, because this head unit is actually a huge touchscreen head unit wherein your aircon controls are also integrated in this system as well. Meron din tayong Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now moving on down here, meron tayong USB controls or USB charger slots, and of course, a 12-volt cigarette lighter. Now moving on over to the transmission, again, it's a 5-speed transmission, and as with all Euro cars, yung reverse niya is actually on the left as compared to on the right na pababa. So that's giving tribute to its British origins. Meron din tayong 2 different sized cup holders here, and of course, a glove compartment that you would have, or center console compartment that you would have in the middle. On the way here to the very left, dito naman yung power adjustable side mirror controls mo, and of course yung light controls mo within the car. So I think again, ang conclusion natin dito is, despite it again being a base variant, halatang hindi tinipid ni MG5 yung harap niya. Also, hindi lang yun. If you guys notice, yung upuan niya, yes, it does look like leather seats, but it's actually fabric seats. Pero if you guys can see, meron silang ginawang medyo pattern or texture trim sa gitna, which still makes it look like it's actually leather. So props to MG5. Well, MG for that. So here we are in the rear layout of the MG5, and as you guys have seen the video of the MG versus Vios comparo, we had Sir Aaron, Stanley, and myself sit here, and we were showcasing how big the space was. Sir Aaron's actually 6'2", and he was sitting here, and pinapakita namin that his head still did not hit this, and he was actually very comfortable. So as that would say, that the MG5's rear layout is actually really huge. Ngayon, wala naman tayong rear aircon vents or anything, but the aircon from the front is actually strong enough na umaabot siya dito. Meron tayong coin or little glove compartment holder area dito sa gitna. Tapos on the sides naman, meron tayong leather trim that goes all the way dito sa may window riser and dito sa may door opener. We also have rear speakers on both sides. So overall, maganda talaga yung interior ng MG5. So here we are driving the MG5 around Ortigas, and the first thing I noticed was it has a very comfortable ride, but even for me, medyo natakot ako because as I was driving and pressing on the gas pedal and the clutch, medyo nagulat ako because ang taas ng clutch level niya. So ang nangyari is, once i-drive ko siya agad, biglang ang bilis niya pumick up ng speed. So I'm actually kind of scared of the MG5 because yun nga, it's fitted with a 1.5 liter inline-4 engine that's actually really powerful for this car. Feeling ko nangyari kasi dito siguro mababa yung gears ng transmission niya, kaya all the gears seem like they're really pushing the car to its maximum capability. So aside from that, ang unang napansin ko din is that apat kami sa car ngayon as we're shooting, and it's really comfortable. We were going through bumps going down the parking lot, and you really could not feel it. So as you guys know, Euro cars are actually known for their luxurious and comfortability rating. So this being a true European car in its roots still gives homage to that. Aside from that, it brakes really well as well, and maganda siya. It doesn't feel spongy or anything, and that I think is because of the disc brakes in front. Although, sa lahat ng sinabi ko na yun, hindi pa yun yung best feature ng kotse na to, because the best feature of this car, I think, is the electronic power steering, because look at how light it is. I'm literally using one finger to actually control the car as of the moment as I'm turning into a parking lot. Ganun siyang kagaan. MG5 actually thought of these features for the car itself. So I'm really enjoying it. I love it so much. If anything though, bagay siya kahit sa beginner na driver. If you wanted a car straight out of college or when you just first started working, then this would be the car for you. So for our Philkotse grade, we are going to be starting with aesthetics. As you guys can see, the MG5 actually looks like a luxury European sedan. When I first saw it, it actually reminded me of the Volkswagen Passat or the Volkswagen Jetta. And for that, we are giving it a 3.5 out of 5. So for our engine performance, this car is actually a 1.5 4-cylinder 5-speed manual. And with that, we also get a front-wheel drive system. And because of that, it actually, kumbaga, to make it simpler, hindi ka na bibitin when you drive in the highway or in the city. And for that, we are giving it a 4 out of 5. So for practicality, the MG5 actually surpasses all its competitors. For example, last week we actually shot this with Stanley and Sir Aaron. And Sir Aaron is actually 6'2", Stanley is about 5'7", and I'm 5'10". And we actually sat in the rear of the MG5 and we were actually comfortable. Aside from that, the cargo space in the back can actually fit a full-sized wheelchair. So even against Japanese, American, and other European brands, this one actually has an advantage in terms of cargo space. So for that, we are giving it a 4.5 out of 5. For value for money, you're getting more than what your money's worth with this MG5, and despite it being priced less than its competitors, you are getting premium luxury features. You have BRLs, you have 7 airbags, and aside from that, meron kang touchscreen head unit that actually has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So the price of this is around 658,000 pesos only. Despite it being a manual, it still feels like it is actually a luxury car. So with that, we are giving it a 5 out of 5. So for our Philkotse score, the MG5 is getting a whopping 4 out of 5. The MG5 Core MT trim is definitely a steal with lots of cargo space, and not only cargo space but lots of passenger space as well. This car is also fitted with a 5-speed manual transmission that's to be enjoyed in the city or even in the highway. And aside from that, you have a 1.5-liter powerful engine. This car actually stands alongside American, European, or even Japanese cars because for the price it's being given at, which is only 658,000 pesos, this car definitely looks like it's worth more than the money you're paying. And aside from that, the MG5 is actually manufactured in China but is giving tributes to its European roots. So if you guys notice, it actually looks like a BMW / Volkswagen / Mercedes-Benz because it is still a true European car. So I think, we all think that this might be one of the best choices that you can go for your next luxury but affordable sedan. My name is Ref Bangsil and thank you for joining us in this quick review of the MG5 Core trim. And aside from that, please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Help us reach 100,000 subscribers, guys. That's it for now. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Philkotse, the country's #1 online car portal.